Hello student, today we are going to learn a new language, that is XML, Extensible Markup Language. So let's get started. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Extensible, what is the meaning of extensible? Extensible means details, expanded or extended. We all know that HTML has predefined text like HTML, head, title, all these are predefined tag and we have to use those tags only. But in XML, we can define or create our own tag and therefore it is known as extensible. Next is markup. What does markup means? Enclosing textual information between two tags is known as markup. That is opening tag and closing tag. For example, employee name is the opening tag, Raja Sharma is the textual information, / employee name is the closing tag. So, markup means enclosing textual information between two tags. Next, language. If we are designing a web server application, supposing we are designing a web server application, so in a web server programming, we always design a client and a server. So client has got Java app, .NET app, etc. And server has also got Java app, .NET application, etc. So we have to provide the communication or exchange data between one language program to other language program using the XML format. So this XML format, with the help of this format, we exchange data from client to server and then again from server to client. Here XML is acting as a communicator or mediator between language application. Because of this, it is known as a language. Next is introduction of XML. So number 1, XML is used to store and transport data. Supposing we are making a web page form. In a web page form, we put the data like name, class, roll number, etc. etc. So we can store the data in this web page form, in this database, and we can transport the data or show the data in the web page. So XML is used to store and transport data. XML tags are self-describing. By self-describing, we mean that we can make our own tag, we can describe our own tag in XML. We can make our own custom tag in XML. Third point, XML carry data, not display the data. So XML carries the data but it doesn't display the data. Fourth point, XML helps in easy communication between two platforms. If there are two platforms, with the help of XML, we can easily communicate between two different platforms. Next, what is the difference between XML and HTML? XML was designed to store, carry and exchange data. So what does XML does? It stores data as I have discussed earlier. It carries data and it exchanges data. But HTML is designed to display the data. But HTML only displays the data. Point number 2. In XML, data is stored in a separate XML files and it can be updated with few lines of JavaScript. But in HTML, text content is never modified. We cannot update the text content. Next point, in XML, data is stored in plain text format and can be exchanged between incompatible systems. But in HTML, data is a part of HTML document. It is not stored in separately and therefore sharing of data is not possible. Now the structure of XML. So how the structure of XML looks, it looks just like a tree. So first is root, next child, then subchild, subchild closed, child closed, and then root closed. Now this is a XML tree of a school. So this is the school. School is the root element. Inside school we have two child element, class 9 and class 10. Inside class 9 we have two subchild, that is name and roll number of class 9 students, and class 10 name and roll number of class 10 student. So this is the XML tree. So coding for XML, the tree which I have showed you, this is the coding for that tree. So first we have to write this XML version equals to 1.0. Then school. School is the root element. Inside school we have class 9. We have to write the child element. Then subchild, that is name Asha, name close, roll number 1, roll number close. So these two are the subchild of class 9 of this child. Then slash class 9 closed. Then next again class 10, this is another child. Inside this child again we have two subchild, that is name Rita, name close, roll number 3, roll number close. Then we have to close the child and then we have to close the root. That's all. Hope you have understood. Thank you.